Hi guys, so today we're just taking a drive to the Bruneau sand dunes that are down in the southwest part of Idaho where we're staying currently. So we're just going to show you around if you've never been to the Bruneau sand dunes.
And did you know there was actually sand dunes in Idaho? We're going to show them to you.
Yeah.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight.
We're in Owyhee County, Idaho, which is the second largest county in Idaho, at the Bruneau sand dunes. And a cool fact about this is it's the tallest single structured sand dune in North America, and the peak over there is 470 feet tall. And at nighttime they have an observatory where you can look at the telescopes and gaze at the stars.
We're up here on top of one of the dunes, and over here if map pans over, you can slide down the sand dunes during any time of the year. Of course, during this time of the year, because it's cold, it'd probably be a lot easier because the sand gets really hot during the summer. But we didn't bring anything today to be able to do this, but this looks pretty epic to be able to get, cardboard and just slide right down.
This is the tallest peak, 470 feet up. So this is the observatory building or education center right here. Steele Reese, I think, is named after an individual. And over here is where the telescope comes out. A huge telescope comes out of that thing at night. You can purchase tickets to see it. I think they're about $5 or something, but you got to reserve them. And it seats about 80 people inside there. Earlier we were all the way over there walking up that mountain, sand dune over there, and that's the observatory. And we are now over here at these little cabins. I'm gonna check these things out. They have these little cabins here that you can rent. I'm not sure how much they are. Do you know how much they are, Knight?
No, I haven't looked to see, but there's a phone number right here on the door.
But they're pretty cute. They have a couple bunk beds inside and like a couch or a futon, an air conditioner, and I think a stand.
And like a desk, but there's no cooking or candles. I don't think you can have pets either in these. We need to build one of these.
Yeah, that'd be
our cabin.
That'd be a good idea. We thought we'd do a video, kind of give you an update. We have a couple messages from people reaching out to us, asking how we're doing, what's going on, and if we can give you an update. So we thought we'd take you out to the sand dunes and then take a moment and kind of tell you what's going on with their families.
Yeah. So as you know, that my mom passed away back in October. And so my parents live in southwest of Idaho. And so we just came down to spend time with my dad during this time of the year due to the holidays. And of course, because I wasn't up north to help Matt and our son, to get our arch cabin up, it was kind of hard for the two just to get it done. And the weather was starting to rain, and then it was just getting really cold. And our travel trailer that we're living in while we're trying to build our arch cabin was not prepared for the winter conditions, because we didn't have a skirt underneath the trailer, and so we weren't sure if we could stay in it during this time. And so that's why we are down here in southwest Idaho right now until we get back to North Idaho in the spring to finish the cabin.
Yeah, so while we're down here, Brenda's mom passing away, and we're helping her dad out. And he gets around fine and all that, but it's just nice to have family around, and we appreciate being around him, and he appreciates us being there and helping him. And Brenda's a good cook, so he's really enjoying that, and so am I. I'm growing this beard, so let me know what you think, if it's too much, or let it go, or trim it up a little bit. But I did cut my hair, but I was letting the beard grow, so it's been growing since October, because I did trim it off a little bit. But
this is his first time actually being able to do it, due to the fact that he's been in the military and also was in law enforcement, so there was no really good time for him to do this. So this is giving him time to see what it looks like on his face.
Yeah, try it out.
Yeah.
It was a little itchy, but in the summertime, but now in the wintertime, it's actually not that bad. So.
Yeah. And it's growing on me. I'm not really a fan of it. Never was when I was a little girl when my dad had a beard. So I'm kind of getting used to it. It's not too bad. But we're also, down here because, Matt's mom lives down here, or in the area, in the area, I should say. And so, we're seeing her, on a weekly basis, because, it's just nice to be with our family.
Yeah, so my mom, she's 83 years old, and about a year ago, probably last October, we found out that she had cancer, colon cancer, and it was a stage 4. It has metastasized, and she had a tumor, I don't know, about the size of a tennis ball, in her colon that had attached to her back wall. And she had this lump in her side, so when we went to get that checked out, that's what they told us. So she had to have surgery, probably last January is when she had it, so about a year ago. Surgery went well. She has an ostomy bag now, and she just needs help being taken care of. And she's a pretty independent woman, so it's hard for her to accept the help. But she's lived on her own for like the last 20 years, and so she's really independent. And having to have her move in with her sister, and then the challenges of the bag and taking care of that, and having in-home health care come, she's kind of getting used to that. And she still tells me that she wants her own place, but I think she just says that because I think she knows she can't be by herself all the time. And our plan was, when we built everything, was to have her come up and live with us. And after I retired, and then the health of both of our parents, kind of changed things and put some things on hold. And we did come down in the summertime, so it delayed the build a little bit. But that's kind of what's going on with our family. Brenda's dad's doing good. My mom's going through therapy, and she's just kind of at a status quo right now. Cancer's it hasn't gone away, but it's not getting any bigger. And as far as we know, it hasn't moved towards or into any other organs. So that's a good thing. But, she's got her personality back, and her sense of humor. So that's always good, because she's a little feisty, but has a good sense of humor.
So we're new at all of this YouTube stuff. So I know we don't have a lot of videos out, and we're growing our channel, pretty well. And, so we're just hoping that all of you that have subscribed to our channel stay with us until we get back to it of building our arch cabin, because we're really anxious to get it done as fast as we can. But it's just with the cost of everything, it kind of slows us down a little bit to do it all. But we really appreciate you guys just following us, and just hope to see you in the comments so that we can talk to you even more.
Yeah, I wasn't quite, I guess I knew this, but didn't really pay attention to it, but how expensive it was to build. As in, well, I mean, versus like having a builder do it, like, and us doing it ourselves. You know, just some of the expenses I didn't think about. You know, like when we did the concrete, just to buy the forms and the wood to make the forms to pour the concrete. You know, that wasn't an expense that I was thinking about. So we're trying to do it debt free, so we don't want to go into debt, and so we'll just move along as fast as we can. And so we'll probably be down here, you know, until spring, and then we'll head back up once the weather's okay. And in the last video, you know, we didn't get the cover on, and you know, some of our wood is exposed, but I think talking with people and us putting the paint down, it's going to weather. We're hoping that it weathers through the winter, but I think we'll be okay, and we'll get the siding on this summer. And so there's more work to be done up there, and we're excited about getting that done. And the things that we're looking forward to, or our next steps up there at the cabin, is we need to decide where we want to put the doors and the windows. And it was kind of hard for me when I was framing up there to guess where Brenda would want them. So I kind of just framed it 16 inches on center, and then we'll just come back and kind of remodel and put in the windows and the doors where you want to do. So on the end caps and on the bump out, we'll get that framed in, and then solidify where we want the windows, and then we'll end up putting on the siding, and that'll be an interesting task to pick up 41 feet of 3 feet by 41 feet piece of sheet metal siding to put on the side of the building. It'll probably take like 4 of us to do it with some ropes and stuff and get that on there, but that'll probably be like a 2-day task. At least Arch Cabin said it takes about 2 days to get it done. Probably 1 day to get everything in, but he's like, there's 1,000 screws you're gonna have to put in, so it's like a 2-day job. And I'm like, oh, awesome. And so that's what our plan is for the summertime, is getting that kind of dried in with the windows, and we'll worry about the electrical and the plumbing, and hopefully we can get some of the plumbing in. And but if not, then you know, we'll be doing composting toilets and you know, water in jugs and stuff like that to live in. You know.
So our whole point too is that, you know, when we started YouTube, we were going to be just filming the Arch Cabin. We didn't know really what other intention of, you know, if we had anything else that we were going to film, because we're not really like vloggers or anything, but we just kind of wanted to, you know, show family, you know, because we're not near our family, of us building this Arch Cabin ourselves. And then of course we had other friends say that you should put it, you know, up on YouTube and let others see like what we're doing. Anyway, so right now, because we're not doing the Arch Cabin, and this is kind of out of ordinary for us to film other things, if you don't mind like this content right now, let us know, and we'll try to go other places down here and kind of show you if you're interested in seeing the southwest part of Idaho. Yeah,
or if you want us to do, I wouldn't say like a daily vlog, but like what we're doing. Really, we kind of have a boring life, to be honest. Like, we're homebodies, we don't get out and do a lot of things. You know, this is something we like to do, but you know, Brenda cooks a lot. If you want to see a video about her doing some cooking stuff, or if you have any suggestions on what kind of videos you want us to do while we're down here, you know, let us know. There's a lot of things to do down here in southwest Idaho. Mountain Home, Boise, Caldwell, Meridian area. There's places to go, things to do. And if you don't know, that's fine, you know, but if you want more content, just not about the Arch Cabin, we could probably do some stuff if you guys want that, but it's really up to you. We don't want to be filming just for the sake of filming if it's not, you know, beneficial for you guys or entertaining, and we don't want to do it just to do it, so we want a purpose in doing it. So we're going to talk about our floor plan. So we have a floor plan, but we don't have a blueprint, so we can do whatever we want, but one of the things that we need to do before we put the metal siding on is build the second floor, at least the structure to hold the Arch Cabin, doing that. So that'll be one of the things that we do before we start putting the siding on. And that'll probably be about half the length of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think yeah, half of it. It depends like where, for what we're, you know, where our kitchen and all that stuff is going to be laid out, and how far the loft area, the second floor, is going to be over, you know, into the open area, the area that we want to keep open, I should say.
Yeah, it's a 15, or I'm sorry, it's a 30 by 40, and I want to say we're going out 22 feet, maybe?
Something, yeah, about
Maybe I'm wrong.
a little.
But to include the stairs, it would have to go up that far.
Right.
Yeah, so we got to figure out the windows, build a second floor story area, and where the doors are going to go, and put a roof on the bump out. And then that's what the plan is for next summer. Hopefully we'll get it done. And in my last video, I dropped the buy me a coffee thing, and I want to give a shout out to Sam Keese for buying us 3 coffees. We appreciate that, and we enjoyed them very much. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, guys, thanks for coming along with us on this trip out here to the Bruneau Sand Dunes in Owyhee County, Idaho. We appreciate you coming along, and I hope you appreciate the update that we gave you about our family. Family's doing well, and we're just taking the time to spend time with them. And if you want us to make some more videos, please let us know in the comments.
Thanks, you guys.
We'll see you later.